Alright, so in my leather bottle cap video, I used this. This is a cheapo Harbor Freight, like, repaired sewing needle thingy. Gets a spool of string in the back. This thing doesn't work worth a damn, like, at all. So I took a hand leather sewing needle and ground 3-sided point in it. Clamped it up in this and used it in a pinch to get through that bottle cap top. So the leather cap for it. What I want to do, I want to take this piece of some kind of mahogany, very nice grain on it. I want to make an actual leather punch awl. Now I could go to the store and buy one, but meh, you know, why buy it if you can make it? I got the stuff to make it. This is a really simple build, so I'm gonna make one out of this pretty wood. I've got this pack of needles here, so I'm gonna take a new one, and unlike regular fabric sewing needles, this is the same metal all the way through. It's not like an enamel coat or something. So this is actually ground, and you can see the metal in the grinded area is still just as shiny as the shank is. So, but on this one, I want to take and insert as much of this down into the handle as possible, just to make sure I've got plenty of grip on this thing. I don't want it pulling out if the wood fails at the glue joint or whatever. So. This is the one I'm replacing, and this is just way too big and bulky, especially with that chuck on the end. And these handles on these other like grooving tools and stuff like that, usually a little bit too tiny. So I'm going to try to aim for something in between these two. Mark my waist. The length on this is not bad, so we'll mark that. We'll save this for when I screw this one up. Alrighty. Alright, get the fan going and I can sand this puppy up. Alright guys, so this is going to be take 2. I broke the needle off flush with the handle on the last one. So, I'm going to try this again. So this is the first one. Needle's broken off in it. So, I'll have to be a little more careful on the next one. Problem I have is my blank's too small for my... Actually, I have a pin blank kit for this thing. Okay. Alright, so I'm probably screwing up here, but I'm going to give her a shot. I'm going to drive it with the needle. I'm pretty sure this is a bad idea, but so I'm going to get a face shield on in case that thing breaks and this comes flying off with that part poking out of it. And so you can see the spiral cuts from all the vibration. This really was a bad idea, but don't think I can chalk it up anymore now. That's as far in as I can get. I think I'm going to try snapping that off a little shorter. So I need it that long right there from the end of the handle. Alright, so very close. That should limit some of this vibration I'm getting. Alright, so that glue has broken. So we just need to re-glue that. Alright, we are down to sanding. I want this back end to be rounded more, so yeah, that'll work. That looks awesome. So we're going to cut this off, sand that nib back, wax that back end, and then we'll put a 3-sided grind on this tip. Alright, now time for a point. Alright, so the way these are normally used, you'll have people using pricking irons that only go part of the way in. And then to represent that, I've got holes punched on one side, one of the two pieces, as you can see there, but not on this back piece. So the whole point to this is to use that first hole to lay out the second hole and use the awl to create that hole in the back piece for the needle to come through like that. There's definitely some skill involved with using these that I'm not privy to at the moment, but should be relatively soon once I start using this thing. But see, I'm still worried about sticking this thing into my hand. A lot of skill using these though to keep the backside of the line straight and all that stuff. Now the main reason I need one of these is for a project coming up where I'm not going to have the opportunity to punch both pieces that I'm stitching together. So anyway, that's how that's supposed to be used, and as you can see, my line's already crooked, and thank goodness that's not what I'm going to be using this thing for. Alright guys, so real simple one today, just a little leather working awl out of a hand stitching needle and a little piece of scrap mahogany I had laying around. So get that wax off of there. Get off of there, wax. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.